Valentines Day Disasters. According to Reddit, number 20. Nothing too scandalous, but I'd say Happy Valentine's Day pretty much to any couple that sat at my tables. Occasionally, one of them would say something like, "We're not dating." Some of the times, the other person would give a look that pretty much confirmed that they both had very different interpretations of what the evening was to be. There's an episode of 30 Rock where they mention that going to IKEA is a big stress test in relationships. Nothing going to a restaurant that has nothing on going to a restaurant on the busiest day of the year, particularly Mother's Day and Valentine's Day. I'd say 99% of these disasters I've seen have just been normal run-of-the-mill issues where the couples realize that they have different levels of patience, and one person undoubtedly gets aggravated with the packed restaurant and their time is ruined. Damn, I didn't think that the restaurant being packed would make people aggravated. You know, that's kind of what like going out is usually. And depending on the scale of the joint or the class of the joint, so to speak, it may either be a very loud experience or an experience that suffers because of how much people are in the joint, unfortunately. But yeah, no, you want to go have a quiet meal somewhere, you got to choose the joint that's going to be, upscale enough to not have a bunch of kids in there and then not have people just yelling. Even though, as a content creator, if that's what, wait. Oh no. I'm wondering if people can't hear me. Hello? Now that's what I'm talking about. Did Zola's bitch ass have the stream turned down? I'm really tired. I was so scared that I couldn't be heard that I didn't even spell here properly. I'm so tired of getting trolled by you fucking wankers in this stream chat. What it is, Hubert and Taz, Ruther Fox Lane, Hughes. They fucking got me, bro. In my own stream, 9 days from my birthday, they just rolling in here. I can't hear you, bro. Gotcha. Zola says it's not your fault. Yeah, I guess you were born that way, huh? So continue up to number 19. I worked at a sports bar. Every couple there on Valentine's Day was a divorce waiting to happen. Oh. It's sad because if the dude isn't self-aware enough to know not to take his lady to a sports bar, then yeah, it's a divorce waiting to happen. And obviously, I know that there are some ladies who are just as into sports as their husband, but that's got to be a crisp 2% at maximum of all the couples there. Holy shit. Hughes says, "Dog, I've been subbed to you since you made the first Destiny video with that goofy ass song around some Vex." Huh. Now, I am not sure which one that is. I remember the slide video. That's the only one that stands out in memory. I made another Vex song? Ew. Oh, Destiny. That's got to be 5 years ago now, isn't it? Internet, when did Destiny come out? When did Destiny come out? Bing bang. 2014. That's a crisp 6 years ago, motherfuckers. You're getting old. I remember playing Halo 3 like it was just yesterday. No. I didn't know that making a voice would make my burps come. Maybe I can use this in the future if I'm in danger. If I feel like so gassy I'm about to explode, I can just start chugging like this and no burp. Halo 3 came out in 2007. Shit. My God, that game's over 10 years old. Well, if it isn't Crisp Titty Tara in the stream chat. As we continue up this list. Oh wow, I googled I Am Legend. I wonder if I wanted to watch it. I think I'm going to start watching a bunch of apocalypse movies that I feel are suited to the coronavirus. And maybe, just maybe, I'll give a really shitty Kyle review. Come on. Nobody wants to see that. And that's why I got to do it. Maximum 3 reviews though, because YouTube doesn't understand what fair use is, so they'll strike the living Jesus out of this channel. They will strike it. Oh boy. Wait, this is 4chan. It's a good thing nothing crazy was on the screen. Holy shit. Anyway, number 18. Damn. I was the disaster. I was a new server and I was horrible. I dumped an entire tray on the floor. My bad. That's not really a disaster. People having to wait longer for their food because their waiter sucks. But it's not like, well, at least a reasonable date isn't going to blame the other person that they're on the date with for the waiter fucking up. It'd be one thing if they spilled the food or the drink all over the person on the date, because that would suck. But it could also be like an ultimate wingman situation where it's just like, oh my God, your clothes are ruined. Let's go back to my place. Take their clothes off. You know what I'm talking about? You should take the bra off as well. We gotta, wet it up, let it air out. Here's the shirt that you can have, this white t-shirt. Oh, I accidentally got it a little bit wet. I'm sorry, you know how it is, you know how it goes. Tara says, you did, you meanie. How am I the mean? What? Come on. Believe. That was a Halo 3 ad campaign. Y'all think I'm lying? You know how old Halo is, man? Halo Believe. Okay, that's not just something that Naruto does, guys. It was an ad campaign for Halo involving a bunch of action figures. It was a pretty cool commercial, man. And they had all of these different perspectives on a giant monument that was built to illustrate a battle of epic proportions. And then the Master Chief, the indomitable, the indestructible, the unkillable Master Chief, in a compromising position with a brute. And when it seemed that all was lost, we get that plasma grenade in his hand, baby. Wait a minute. Oh, damn. All right. So, 4chan again. Stop clicking that. Close that. Close that. Close the I Am Legend link. I Am Legend. Tara editing punctuation into her, she probably typed that with her titties because, how are we supposed to make it? That's women. Got to make sense of what they write. They know what they mean, and you better know what you mean. Because if you say something wrong, you about to get the slap, the titty slap. But they can say stuff wrong, and you need to just understand. It's true. I've become an X-man because I'm used to error. And hopefully you can find another X-man. I don't know if you guys know this, but X-Men Dark Phoenix, which was the most recent X-Men movie to come out, the one that came out when nobody cared, that movie killed itself for 2 reasons, okay? It should have came out way earlier, and in not coming out early, they had an ending that was explosively similar to Captain Marvel's ending. And Captain Marvel's a whole nother story for another time. That is just a shitty movie because, Brie Larson sucks. But because X-Men Dark Phoenix did not come out around the time that it should have, and its ending was so similar to Captain Marvel's, they decided to reshoot the ending portion of that movie and take it out of space and have it like on a train or some bullshit like this. And that ended up making the end of the movie like really stale and lame. Like the third act was just kind of like whatever, and this is the climax. On top of that, Odie Jr., Brie Larson is an okay looking white bitch. The only thing that graduates her to hot is the titties. And I'm not sure those are real. I don't think Brie Larson's breasts are hers. And I would search Brie Larson titties, but I think it's going to end up happening if I do. So long story short, man. Long story short. The second thing that made that movie a little bit worse off than it might have been was alienating the male fans that make up the majority of the watch base by releasing a clip from the movie right before it came out that had what's this bitch that was in the Hunger Games? Ooh, dude. Jennifer Lawrence, who played Mystique, she walked in on Professor Xavier and was like, "You might want to consider calling it X-Women since we're the only one who do anything around here." And it was like, what? Why would you release this? Why would you release this video? Oh, shit. The dislikes. Anyway. I bring that up because I was implying that I need to be an X-Man to understand women. I don't need to understand the mind because I understand the body and soul. Has anybody ever heard the song Body and Soul? I am trying to keep the ADD to a minimum. But go listen to Body and Soul. It's by Anita Baker. It's a pretty cool song. Brother Fox said, did they really do that? Of course they did that. It's Hollywood, baby. They got to go full woke. You didn't know? Let me see. Ex-women. I'm just going to type that in and see what comes up. Here it is. Oh my God, they did not. Let me see this. Dark Phoenix Ex-Women clip. Oh boy. 11,000 dislikes. God damn. Let me see.
And you know what? You might want to consider calling it Ex-Women.
Hold on. Wait.
It's funny. I can't actually remember the last time you were the one risking something.
Okay.
And by the way, the women are always saving the men around here. You might want to think about changing the name to Ex-Women.
Oh. So listen, you've seen like a Batwoman trailer where Batwoman goes into Bruce Wayne's Batcave and basically steals any and everything that she's going to be using and implies like,
yeah, I'm a woman and I'm going to get shit done.
And then there's like cringy lines like, oh, the dude's like, the suit is perfect in every way. And she's like,
it will be perfect when it fits a woman.
And then the song in the background is like, I'm a woman. I was like, yo, is this for real? It's just like somebody ticking a checkbox of things that you don't do. Don't do this. Oh, I don't think there's anything funnier on the internet than the Batwoman TV show trailer. But hey, girl power, huh? Even though nobody's watching it, Jesus. And there's channels dedicated to this because like the cringe was so galactic, you know? I feel like a singularity must have opened for some of these nerds watching this, because imagine you really like the Batwoman character and you're watching this and then it's just like, I didn't even like guys, I'm only into girls, I was in the military, you know what, fuck Batman. They said that in the trailer. I think Robin in the Titans show said fuck Batman in the trailer. Really? Fuck Batman. Okay, I'm sorry. Number 17. It wasn't much of a Valentine's Day disaster, but last year my work called me up and said, hey buddy, we know you're single. Can you come in an extra shift tonight? Why would you say that? That's work harassment. I'm calling HR. You better have HR on speed dial. Saying shit like that to you. We know you're single, bitch. Coming to work. We need all hands on deck. Bitch, I'll come in if y'all paying me overtime. Ultra says you better sub to Kyle or I'ma get you. See, I appreciate that kind of passion. That kind of explosive passion. Wow. Thank you. Whoa, Stripes has her little emojis out. Nice. Emojis out, Stripes. Emojis out. Is everybody having a good day? Is everything making sense? I appreciate and love you. Let's continue to number 16. A 16-year-old boy proposed to a 15-year-old girl with a cheap ring in the whipped cream of her dessert, and she said yes. Oh, that's so kawaii. Why the ring gotta be cheap? You know? I think the implication, of course, would have been, unless he was probably the child of like a rich bitch. He's a rich boy, and he's gone too far because he put a engagement ring in the whipped cream. Whipped cream. You can rely on your old man's money. So romance isn't quite dead yet. Not when there's TikTok videos to be made. Guy proposes. 15 years old. Whoa. Can I show you a TikTok that I think is hilarious? You don't look like a rat. Okay. Alright, give me a second. I gotta make it smaller. Oh, can I just go over? No, I gotta make it smaller now. Who's seen this TikTok already? I'm mad. I'm mad if you've seen this. All right, I'm mad. Okay, look at this.
You don't look like a rat. You don't look like a rat. You don't look like a rat. You don't look like a rat.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
You don't look like a rat. You don't look like a rat.
Look, I'm a fan of typing something and then having the robotic voice read it back to you, like as if you're trying to have someone say it to you. That's really funny to me. Okay. Ultra 1220 says TikTok is kinda cringe, Kyle. Kinda cringe, homie? Man, what a revolutionary and original thought, my dude. How original. You understand? TikTok isn't kinda cringe, bitch. It's full cringe. Unfortunately, occasionally hilarious shit's gonna end up on there. Doesn't make it any less cringe. Just like YouTube doesn't suck any less, even though my amazing ass is on this fucking platform. But, yeah, I love that one. And I wanted to share it with you. Raphael Reed says, what's the sitch? Let me explain it to you. Valentines Day Disasters, according to Reddit. These are all going to be focused on, let's call it a, restaurant setting, because the stories are from waiters. So we finally home into number 15. I walk up to a table and I was about to drop off the bill and caught the end of the "it's over" conversation. The guy looked at me dead in the eyes and said, "Split the fucking check right now." Oh, yes. Wow, yes. Ooh, he said to split the check right now. Wow. Wow, she's paying for her own meal right now. Oh, snap. Oh, snap, man. Oh, snap. Ultra says, nah, only kinda, because there is some funny stuff on there if you know where to look. If you know where to look. Look, TikTok is not any less cringe just because there's occasionally some pieces of turd that float to the surface of the water, you understand? That'd be like saying YouTube is only kind of lame. YouTube is full whack and has been so whack that everyone, especially the people making any content on this platform, are full shocked that something hasn't tried to take its place, man. And you figure Amazon could have even tried. Even Amazon could have tried. But Amazon's trying to make a video game. I don't know, you guys are probably in the wrong circles, so you don't know this kind of garbage. But Amazon is making a game called New World. Yes, that Amazon, the one that you should be going on to check out my wish list. The link is in the description. But why would I make you go into the description when I could be so kind? When I could be so loving as to drop this link right into the chat right now. Control C, Control V, biggity bam. Okay? They're making an MMO. What's an MMO? It's one of those massive multiplayer online role-playing games where like you just run around with a sword or some shit or a bow and arrow and you're just like, look at me, I'm one of these motherfuckers. You know what I'm talking about? Take it from a guy that plays World of Warcraft, but unfortunately considers himself cool enough to know that, you shouldn't be proud of the fact that you've played World of Warcraft. So, when you're describing this to a lay man or a lay woman, I should just say lay person. Nah. That most of these people this isn't going to be the type of thing that appeals to them, You figure if Amazon was making a game, they would start more basic, because everybody will download a stupid ass mobile game, tap through that shit when they're in a waiting room or a lobby or at the DMV or something, you know what I mean? But to go full into the World of Warcraft MMO market, man, why Amazon? Why? And you got to go balls deep when you're making a first game, you know what I mean? You really got to have yourself a budget. And that's what I want to know, but they don't tell me. I want to know, how much did Bezos punk ass throw at whoever to make this? But they won't tell us. And all we see are basically concept images and, here's what it looks like when you're walking around, and they have like betas and shit like that. And I'm like, man, whatever, man. Show me the gameplay when the game's ready to come out and we'll go from there, because it's just kind of whack. Did Belle just say nothing? How'd she manage that? Oh, the message got retracted. I was pretty impressed for a couple of seconds. Big titty impressed. Okay. Ultra says, Kyle, I need help. How do I change my name to where? It's only one word. I think you're gonna need somebody else's help with that. I haven't changed my name anytime recently on YouTube. So things could definitely have changed about 50 times between then and now. So number 14 says, I got dumped on Valentine's Day last year, and I am a waiter. That's like a fusion of these stories, because the stories are supposed to be from waiters witnessing disasters on Valentine's Day. But this is a waiter, and he was the disaster. You are the disaster. Somebody says you got served. That's amazing. That's amazing. You got served. You're a waiter and you got dumped on Valentine's Day. Epic Lamp says McDonald's makes an RPG. To be honest, we would expect less out of that, and it would probably be worthy of attention, if only for the memes. Holy crap, it's Green Cinder. No, wait. I'm confusing him with somebody named Sandir, who is like a young son to me in Overwatch. He showed so much promise. He was the one actually good teammate that I could remember. That's not something that occurs very often. What's going on in your days? I can't believe this. I can't believe this. You know, it's a good thing that I don't have a lot of, stock. Because I'd probably be a wreck. I would probably be a wreck. Holy hell. Number 13, alright? Jesus. I was a waitress many moons ago. and two couples spring to mind. The first were an older couple who were dressed nicely. They were polite and cordial with me, but not overly enthusiastic or friendly. Ah, my kind of people. Coronavirus going to give it to you. They were at the table for a little over an hour and a half, actually. We didn't see them say one word to each other during that time. Every time I went over to their table, the atmosphere felt like I'd walked straight into an argument. But they weren't speaking or looking up at each other or anything. It very quickly became awkward as fuck. The second couple was meant to have a proposal dinner. The guy had rung to book a table and had let us know that he was going to propose during dessert. He'd given the ring to the kitchen staff so that we could bring it out with a cake. What is it with people and putting rings in food? You know, it's just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. He'd given the ring to the kitchen staff so we could bring it out with cake, and he got some balloons and some streamers. Anyway, he walks in a couple of steps behind his partner. Everyone has big grins on them, or big grins for them both, but he grits his teeth and shakes his head, surreptitiously dragging his finger across his throat, pantomime style. Oh my God. Lucky me, they're seated in my section. It's obvious she was bloody furious with him about something. She spends the first half of the meal seething quietly, and the second having a constant pop at him. While she was in the bathroom, the manager made me double check he didn't want us to bring the ring out, and he said, "Fuck no." I felt really bad for him. She was really mean. Some people really out here trying to marry the wrong bitches. I mean, everybody has bad nights. But if you're going out to a restaurant, y'all can't just keep that shit, I don't know. Keep it on. It's just weird. Oh no, Taika Waititi may not direct the Akira movie anymore, which is kind of lame. Which is kind of lame. But that's life sometimes. You know? Number 12 was a server at a popular seafood chain that isn't very fancy. But when you live in a town like the one that I worked in, the sort of place is the nicest place to go for Valentine's Day. This Valentine's Day was incredibly busy come nighttime, and a couple comes in. They were upset after waiting for 45 minutes for a table, and they were complaining quite a lot. The woman was decked out in a super nice dress, faux fur coat, and was actually really very realistic. She was sat and served her frozen drink. She goes to lift her glass to her mouth, and inexplicably the bottom of the cup simply breaks, and the drink spills all over her dress and nice coat. It's pretty unfortunate. The bottom of her cup just broke? Hey, if you're the type of asshole that believes in like chain letters and all kind of other stupid shit that people probably send you, if you don't like this video and go to my wish list right now, a couple break on your clothes, but like it won't just be like, oh, whatever, it spilled on me. It'll run down into your crotch and then it'll get your area sticky until you change and get washed, and it may not be something you can do quickly. You may have to sit in that. You may have to stew in that for a good portion of the day. You wouldn't want that. I'm telling you. Oh my God, what are you doing, list? I click something. No. Oh boy. Better than putting people in food. Better than putting people in food? What, a ring? How would you know what's better than putting people in food? People in food are pretty good, man. As long as you're not getting that tough meat. You see what I'm saying? Don't get the tough meat. Kyle does not condone the act of cannibalism. It was just a freaking joke, alright? Now, number 11 reads, a guy and his date come in for Valentine's Day. They had a great time, ate a lot of food, drank a lot of wine. Got along really well with my coworker, who was their server. Why does it feel like I'm speaking louder than I need to be? Should I just turn up this microphone? Yeah, well, here comes the background noise. Jesus. A guy and his date come in for Valentine's Day, and they had a great time. They ate a lot of food, drank a lot of wine, and got along really well with my coworker, who was their server. About 2 months later, they come in and request my coworker again, who happily says yes to serving them. He goes up, greets them. The guy introduces his wife to him, and my coworker mentions something about how much he enjoyed serving them on Valentine's Day. They go quiet. The wife just gets up and leaves. The guy lowers his head. It turns out he had brought his mistress in on Valentine's Day, but my coworker didn't realize he was serving a different woman this time around, so he didn't think anything of it. We never saw the guy again. Looks like you just fucked up. Brought your wife and your mistress to the same restaurant. Brought your wife and your mistress to the same restaurant. And the wife must have been like,
So that's where this nigga was on Valentine's Day? Bitch ass motherfucker, he lying to me. He out here lying to me.
oh my God. Okay. It's time to continue this list. Number 10. I was working as a waitress in the sushi restaurant, and the Valentine's Day was an all-hands-on-deck type shift. This guy I had just started this guy that I had just started dating wanted to go out, but I told him that since I work in food service, you never get Valentine's Day off, and we just have to celebrate the day after or the weekend after. Nope, he got upset. He went and asked a different girl out. Bitch. Well, that's hilarious. He went and asked a different girl out and came to the restaurant that I worked at on Valentine's Day and sat in my section. He then proceeded to spend the entire evening making a fool of himself and making his date uncomfortable as he was trying to make me jealous. Needless to say, we did not go out again ever. Yo, that's some petty shit. We were both in our early 20s. Jeez, talk about dodging a bullet in the most cringy way possible, because you still got to deal with this sucker. Ugh. Sometimes I hear the noise from the ice maker, and it makes me wonder. It makes me wonder in a big way. It makes me wonder. Do any of you hear noises? And stop everything you're doing like you think something's happening, boy. Number 9. I saw a couple have a full-on argument at a restaurant. I wasn't their server, but the table was directly in the center of the restaurant, and they were certainly loud enough for everyone to hear. My manager kindly asked them to leave, and the guy responds with yelling, "I've been waiting to do that shit for 2 years now," and he stormed out. Nice. Nice. Look, man, This is making it seem like I need to take my ass out somewhere as bottom of the barrel as I can think for Valentine's Day to try to capture some hot footage of somebody making an ass of themselves. And that's unfortunate. Ugh. Man. Guys, do me a favor and try to find me an old movie that is super offensive by today's standards. Because everything's offensive by today's standards, you know. If people out here getting triggered by Apu on The Simpsons, then you know it's the end of the world for most things. But I want to just find an old movie where, you know, the kid gets bullied, and by today's standards, that'd be awful. And then he goes home and plays with guns or something. And it's just like, I could go to school tomorrow. And that would be awful by today's standards, too. And then, like, a fat bitch walks down the street and he's just like, oh, look at that poor girl, barf. You know what I mean? And that would be terrible by today's standards. And then the next scene is his mom at work and she's getting slapped on the ass by all these dudes. And, you know, by today's standards, that'd be terrible. Just nonstop terrible. I mean, I'm pretty sure any movie in the 80s would get the job done, but it would still be kind of just fun. And then Jerome comes into the room and they like, oh, well, if it isn't our new Negro employee. And you're like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What year is this? Oh, God. It's just so awful. Now, you know, a woman shouldn't be voting in these parts. What the fuck? Oh, man. Odie says Airplane, The Space Traders, Song of the South. Let me just take a picture of the screen right now. You know, jeez. Let me open up this thing. You could have just swiped up from the bottom of the screen. I'm not leaning that close to the monitor. I'll just zoom in and get it. Blazing Saddles. Is that the one with... No. Christmas Story. Stripe says the movie where Tom Hanks plays a boy that turns into a man. Big? Man, who? I'm sure Big's can't be that good. It can't be that crazy. Bradley Moore says Gene Hackman. That's just an actor. That's not a movie, is it? Oh my God. Forrest Gump can't be that bad either. I mean, conceptually, if you're talking about the premise, you know, any movie that has the main character not be special, but they're playing a special person, that's a movie that's not going to work out well. What's the one where Rosie O'Donnell? I don't know how to look for this movie well. I think the movie is called Riding the Bus with My Sister. Oh my God. No.
Good morning! Jesse! We have to get a new toilet if I got broke!
Oh my God. Why did they think they could do this? Why? Yo, why?
Is it like a cookie? It's chocolate flavor, very nutritious.
Oh my God. Yo, the cringe, dude. The cringe. Oh, man. I don't know if you've ever seen Dragon Ball Z. They have this chamber called the hyperbolic time chamber where they go to train. I need a hyperbolic titty chamber where it's just mad big titties in there. Curvy, BBW veiny. The hyperbolic titty chamber. Okay. Here's the thing, Odie Jr. What's Eating Gilbert Grape? It worked. Forrest Gump worked. But some of these movies were so transparently awful. You know? Oh, man. I don't know. I don't really know. Number 8. Remember the list? Someone showing up for a date and you both realize about 30 minutes in she ain't coming. Oh. That's sad. Why is she standing him up? That's so rude. Oh boy, on Valentine's Day of all days. Oh man. I want to find the most offensive movie by today's standards. Because sometimes I just watch cartoons from back in the day, and I think about how this wouldn't fly on television these days. Like, I could just make a video where I'm just like,
What are you trying to say? That girls can't do it anymore? How dare you?
number 7, killing me. It was like a movie, dude. I was bartending at an Italian restaurant. It wasn't a fancy place, but, you know, still Italian. So it's pretty much full on Valentine's Day. A guy walks in, sits at the bar by himself, looking pretty down. He asked for a whiskey, so I poured it, and told him that it was on the house because he looked like he needed it. He proceeds to tell me his story. He had come to the city to surprise his girlfriend for Valentine's Day. It was about a 5-hour bus trip between cities, and he sure surprised her. She was in her dorm room fucking one of his friends from high school. He didn't know what to do, so he just walked into the first place that sold alcohol. I spilled as much whiskey as he wanted and watched the Raptors with him. I never saw him again. It's cliche, but it happened. I am saddened by this entry. Why I gotta be like this? You know? When am I gonna find a streaming platform that just lets me, like, find 20 titties over the course of the day and then organize them by tier so that it's like from worst to best, and then I have them in between each entry? Jesus. The titty lists. Oh man, what site? When are we gonna get the internet back, dude? And I'm dead serious when I say, you remember back in the day on the internet? Like, I don't want to say we all were like the type that would get into drama channels or anything, but back in the day, there were a lot of people properly making an ass of themselves in not just like a solo, everybody basking on, like, you know, the heat coming off of these assholes, like dumpster fire warming ourselves, but it was like feuding dumpster fires. You understand? Now there will be like one really big idiot. I don't know, call him Onision if you want to right now. And everybody's just around this guy going, so what's wrong with you? And he's just like, ain't nothing wrong with me, homie. You know what I mean? And he's just like going crazy. And some people, you know, they go crazy and they do stupid shit and you know it's exactly for clout. But there's no connected clashes between real people. You know, sometimes two people will get big as dumpster fires and then decide out of nowhere that they're going to have a quote unquote beef that is super fake and is super like scripted, and they're doing it for money. Oh, we're going to literally have a fight that is, you know, sponsored and there's money to be made at a venue. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ, dude. Nah, I'm talking about daily videos where people just talk about how they gonna beat their ass and like you suck and blah blah blah. That is YouTube freaking 15 years ago now when you think about it. You know? Holy crap. 2006, 7, 8. That was when some of the freshest and most hilarious stuff was happening on this website. And that's a version of this site that we're not gonna get until there's a new YouTube, because everything is like walking on pins and needles here, where everything's harassment and everything's bullying. Oh, you can't say anything about any other people. You better be careful. You can't misgender people without getting blocked somewhere, bitch. What the fuck? So I want to be a woman now. And if you don't refer to me by what I want you to refer to me as,
oh boy, you're gonna have a problem.
Yuck, gosh. Is Goofy part of Disney? Yes. I almost had to think about it. This'll happen to you too. Veiny titties. Number 6. It wasn't a total disaster, but it still wasn't good. I had a 2-person table. Nice. Probably in their mid-40s. Took 45 minutes for this couple to get their entrees due to our kitchen just being slammed. And welcome to the jam. When they were dropped at the table, they immediately just asked for to-go boxes because they told their babysitter that they'd be home by a certain time. I overheard the wife say, "Well, I guess this is why we don't celebrate Valentine's Day." It was the worst part was that they weren't angry. They were just very sad. My personal feelings about dining out on Valentine's Day aside, I felt so horrible that this couple clearly had put effort into having a nice night out with each other, only to have it go that way. We comped their meals. I mean, good, but this has made me sadder than any of the other entries that I've read. Because, yeah, no. You know, I've been slicing myself up. There are portions of my skin just peeling off. I have no idea what's causing it. This better not be a symptom of the coronavirus. You know, the military's getting ready for that, right? Go follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Kyle. Let me see if I can click this without getting into trouble. Let me see if I can click my name without getting into trouble. U.S. military prepping for... No, get that out of my face. Click that. Amazing. All right, so it says the U.S. Northern Command is executing plans to prepare for a potential pandemic of the novel virus, the coronavirus. An executive order was issued by the Joint Staff and approved by the Defense Secretary. Are you for real with this? Jesus. Sorry, a video just started playing at the bottom left of the screen. The Navy and Marine Corps messages issued Tuesday and Wednesday, respectively, reference an executive order directing U.S. Northern Command to implement the Department of Defense's global campaign plan for pandemic influenza and infectious diseases. So they are taking pandemic precautions. Pretty intense, man. Pretty intense. Holy hell. Military out here trying to prepare for that virus, baby. But in no way does the planning indicate a greater likelihood of an event developing, as military professionals planning for a range of contingencies is something that we owe the American people. Oh yeah, man. Look, don't nobody panic. We're just doing it, okay? We're just gonna prepare. Look, no big deal. Should I be in a hazmat suit? No, not you. Why are you putting on those? What? Look, we're just gonna blowtorch the outside of this house. You play that Amazon World game. Unbelievable. Amazon, massive multiplayer online role-playing games. Why? Number 5, not really a disaster, but this guy came in and said that he was waiting for his date. He stayed for 5 hours waiting. She never showed up. He eventually ordered for himself and asked that I remove the other glass of water from the table. He said it was their first date. What do you think? It's probably like a power thing for some girls. We don't know about this occasion, but you know, what if some girl is out there trying to get a bunch of guys to, I don't know, or better yet, what if it's somebody who is unattractive and is like salty, taking the picture of some girl that they know and using it to catfish guys, and then inviting them all out to a Valentine's Day dinner, and then standing all of them up in this weird effort to make, I don't know, the girl hated. Nestastic is not asking me questions about WWF wrestlers. Do they even call it the WWF anymore? No, they call it the WWE. Which shows you just how long ago I was actually paying attention to the WWF. That was when Mick Foley and Kane and Undertaker and and Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock were still in the ring all the time, baby. Nothing more theatrical than wrestling. What a drama. Wrestling, the live action Dragon Ball Z. Bradley Moore says, so my sad boy story. Valentine's Day 2015, my ex-fiance and I had our first threesome. She's married and has a baby girl with that guy now. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, dude. I'm sorry it went down like that. Oh my God. Oh my God. He was her childhood karate teacher. There were probably things there from before you that you could not compete with as far as she was concerned. Because that's something she's craved. A 40-year-old Korean dude. We're in our mid-20s. When is a 40-year-old Korean dude gonna show me some love, okay? Go to my wish list and show me just how Korean you can be. Guys, seriously, when you go to my wish list, please, if you get anything, write something in the in like, you know, the little ticket that they send with the gift from the stream that I was recording or, you know, streaming when you send it, because odds are I'll get it and I'll just be like, what the fuck does this mean? And it'll be that much funnier out of context. Because if I get a gift that says something like, I'm showing you how Korean I can be, I'll be like, what the fuck, man? And I'll put it in a picture frame. What does any of this mean? What does any of this mean? I'm super sorry. Bradley says, oh, I know. Dude, yeah, dude. What's really scary and maybe a little bit gross is that maybe some stuff happened way back in the day, dude. Way back in the day. Just take a shower, man. You know, think about other girls and think about bigger boobied, you know, beautiful, scary women that will somehow find their way into your life, man. This is something I'm glad happened now as opposed to, you know, behind your back. Because there's a lot of situations right now that are way more complicated and people are kept in the dark. And it's better to just know and have that separation than to not know when things are really going on. Number 4. Okay. Wow. Damn, this is a long entry. I'm a bartender, but this happened to be the one, or I'm a bartender, but happened to be the one on the date for this particular disaster. So anyone in the service industry knows you generally just do not make plans on certain holidays because you'll have to work no matter what. I had not had a date on Valentine's Day in probably 7 years. So when my boss gave me the day off, I was surprised and posted something dumb on Instagram about it. I got a direct message from a girl that I knew but not very well asking me out for Valentine's Day, and she was way cute, so I was like, why the fuck not? Things went so wrong so quickly. We get to the restaurant, grab a drink in the bar while we wait on our table. We took a shot to get the social lubricant flowing. Fucking cucks. And we don't really know each other, or as we don't really know each other very well. I pay the bar tab, we move to the table, and to set the scene, the place is really nice. It's a steakhouse, and they both have these dark red diamond pattern booths that are fluffy with buttons at each point of the pattern. It's hard to explain, but it looked something like this. This page is still loading. Trust me when I say my connection is amazing. This dude is sending me to some AIDS website. Thanks for nothing, you fuck. You posting a picture, post a damn picture, bitch. What the fuck is this HTML at the end? You sending me to a web page to look at a goddamn picture of a design for a fucking booth? Fuck you, dick. I'm glad this shit happened to you on Valentine's Day. Moving on, the moment we sit down, my date lets out a blood-curdling scream like she had just been stabbed. She grabs her arm, and her hand comes away covered in blood. I had no idea what the fuck had just happened. I look around thinking someone had just stabbed her, but everyone around us is seating just staring at us. I move over to her side and grab the napkins off the table to find where she is cut. The entire back of her upper arm is sliced from elbow to shoulder. One of the buttons had broken off of the wall and snapped metal fasteners were exposed, so when she sat down, her arm ran all the way down along it. This girl's panicking. You better tourniquet that arm and cut it off before she turns. Cut it off before she turns, okay? A little bit of the zombie nonsense for you. The manager comes over and is immediately a defensive asshole until he sees that it was his booth that did the damage. The paramedics show up, I get the owner's info from the manager, and we spend the night in the emergency room where she needed something like 80 stitches. We're both exhausted. When a guy walks in with flowers, champagne, and a bag of takeout from the food from the restaurant that we had just left. It was the owner of the restaurant coming to make sure we could have the Valentine's Day meal we missed out on. Yeah, you're coming to cover your ass so we don't fucking sue your place, but of course we're gonna fucking sue you. You punk bitch. You punk bitch. There ain't titties big enough in the world to undo what you have done this day. Yeah, I need them titties. Sure, it was probably because he was afraid he was gonna get sued, but it was still really welcome after how shitty the night had become. Whatever. She and I ended up dating for almost 3 years and became good friends with the owner, such good friends that she ended up banging him. And that was the last I heard from either of them. What the hell is going on in this world? What the hell is going on in this world? Such good friends, she ended up banging them, and that was the last I heard of either of them. Woo for Valentine's Day. I have stuck to working these nights ever since. Am I gonna take tomorrow off? I just need some big titties shaking in my face. This is retarded. This whole list is unbearable and awful. This list really I already don't like people, but this puts me off in a crazier way. I don't think there's anything more awkward than getting with somebody that you're not aligned with. And that's all it is, you know? It doesn't matter what you're into. You'll find somebody that's all about what you're into. But when you want to be with one person, find somebody that wants to be with one person too and respect that shit. But I know within my heart, dude, that just like there are a lot of transgender people that are actively and specifically trying to trick people who are not into transgender people into a relationship, just like there are a lot of gay people who exclusively seek straight people to do stuff with because it's like better for them or something. It's like a mental kick or thrill, or maybe it's like a kink. It just sucks to see these people take advantage of people who don't want none of this shit. Why are you doing this to these people? And like, this entry obviously isn't, an example of something like that. I'm sure, she just ended up with the dude, whatever. But my God, man, that unfaithful juice just splashing all over that top. Girl. Number 3. 2 failed marriage proposals on the same Valentine's Day. Boy, you are making me want to get a job as a waiter. The first one simply said, "No, I can't do this," and walked out. Well, that's on the other person for probably not recognizing that the person was ready. I feel like, yes, there are extreme cases, so this is not like a blanket statement, but I feel like most people who should be proposing to somebody should essentially know the answer is yes before they propose. I think if you're proposing to somebody that you haven't spoken to about marriage a couple of times already, it's kind of weird. Just throwing that out there. The second one stared like a deer frozen in headlights for an excruciating 30 seconds before muttering, "Let's talk about this later." They stayed for the rest of their 6-course Valentine's Day special dinner, eating and making painful small talk. Now, I can't imagine what a 6-course meal must be like. Cause like, what is it, like the size of your palm, just like the sampler type food you're getting? Because I'd be full after 2 courses. Come here. And I want a man's helping, baby. I want a man's helping. Just leave the whole damn soup, ladle scooper. Yeah, that's what I'm calling it. And fill it with gravy on that bitch ass. Belle says my ex-boyfriend is married to the girl best friend that he had cheated on me with since the beginning of our relationship. I'm still paranoid about being cheated on despite being in a healthy relationship now. Well, some people out here ruining people for life. That's just how it goes. Some of those people go on to ruin other people in this weird cosmic, retribution type shit that they got going on. And as long as I guess they're keeping the firearms out of their hands and staying out of banks and post offices and schools, then that's the best we can hope for, huh? That's why you should stay away from some people, man. The thing is, and let me put it to you very, very clearly, okay? And if you're this person that I'm about to describe, please get in the Discord. Let's start talking. I love you. I want you. I want you as a friend. But the best people for all of us are people who never leave their fucking room. And I mean that in the way where they're barely even leaving to like get groceries or, visit people for holidays and shit like that, man. Like the people that I genuinely believe I would get along with the most are people who rarely leave their room. And if they do leave because they got to work and do shit, obviously, they don't want to leave. When they leave, it's like a countdown to when they can come back to their house, right? And I love people like this. I need people like this because they're the ones who are typically down to earth. They're the ones who are typically not insane. They're the types who would usually, when it comes to altercations, shrug that shit off as opposed to getting into the nitty gritty and ridiculousness of it. We'd be on the same page and wavelength as far as the fucking, we don't want the drama associated with, like, it's almost too much effort. I'm not saying that some of those people are lazy, but I'm saying that, like me, some of these people would rather forego certain relationships rather than even put themselves in some of the anxiety-inducing situations of misunderstandings and misinterpretations and just the insanity associated with people not getting what they want, even though you're giving them exactly what they want. Some people can ask you to do something. Some people can outline a roadmap or a recipe for you, and you can follow that shit to a T, and they'll still be unsatisfied. Why? Because they don't know what they want, homie. And that is motherfucking fine. You not knowing what you want is 1,000% fine, dude. But blaming that on me, you got me fucked up. So I'd rather just not associate with you. And if you want to paint me as some kind of asshole all over the town because of that, by all means, dude, do what you need to do. But the long and short of it is, I would love the idea of being able to connect with all the other people who never want to leave their house. But the reality of it is, because they don't want to leave, I'm never going to be in a situation where I'm coming across them. And even if I were, say we were both at the grocery store at the same time, say we came across each other because we are at work, odds are we're reasonable enough to respect one another's space and respect the discomfort of being out in these social situations by leaving each other the fuck alone, because that's what I want to be, is left the fuck alone most times. It doesn't mean that I'm super antisocial and I'm not striking up a conversation with most people, but it doesn't matter how social I am. I'm self-aware enough to know that not everybody wants to always be talking, and sometimes making that first the first, I don't know, opener for an interaction is the most awkward part. And again, unless you're unless you're like literally seeking them, and what's gonna come off, and here's the thing, as a man, dude, it's gonna come off like you're romantically interested. That's the crazy part. Try it, and it, you know, it's not even like I'm speaking a foreign language, my dude. It's not even like I'm speaking a foreign language. You know damn well what the fuck I'm talking about. If you're not working with somebody, if you're not in a classroom with somebody, try speaking to them and have the assumption not being that you're interested in them romantically. You could even be talking to a dude, and the assumption's probably going to be, what are you, gay? Like, why are you talking to me? You know what I mean? I would say probably the best way to make a friend is to be out in public. Well, probably the best way to make a friend would be going somewhere that's specific to your interests. So if you like sports and you go to a bar and you're rubbing elbows with assholes who like sports, dope. If you like anime and you go to a convention and you rubbing shoulders with other assholes who like that, yeah, dope, dude. You like gaming and you go to some gaming convention and you're cosplaying and all kind of bullshit like that, yeah, you know, you going to GameStop for a fucking game that's coming out at midnight, something like that, right? But if you're just in a random spot, you know, you're out on break after, you know, after some, maybe you're at work, maybe you're at a hospital, maybe you're at the DMV, you know, if you speak to anybody else and you don't want them to assume that you're seeking them romantically, like they're like you're coming on to them or you're about to ask them for their number, I think the best way would be if something stupid happens around you. Have you ever been out when somebody, like, what's the word, is making a fool of themselves, or, you know, is making a spectacle, and suddenly it turns the whole room into like, what's going on over there, and then the rest of us, and we're all like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? That's a great way. That's a great way to get some conversations going. Like, does this bitch even know? You know what I mean? Oh shit. Start recording it. You have a reason to get some numbers so you can send it to other people and shit. Oh my God. But you can't just expect that to happen. So this is where Kyle's idea comes in, all right? In the future, right? You and somebody else are out and you see somebody and you think, man, I want to be their friend. One of you is going to have to bite the bullet and just go do some stupid shit, make an ass out of themselves. And then the other person will pretend that they don't know them and go up to the person that you want to befriend and be like, what the hell are they doing? And then that person will be like, I know, right? What the fuck? You know? And then you start recording with your phone and go, you want this video? And they go, yeah, send that to me. What the fuck? There you go, guys. Kyle has just proposed a great way to befriend people. It's genius. Wait, Delay says, but doesn't that mean I need a friend? Yes, you do need one friend. Fuck. I didn't think about that one. I didn't think about that. Well, our plan is ruined. It was fun while it lasted. I'll think harder on a better one, okay? Number 2. Damn, I was so close. It wasn't disastrous for the couple as much as it was for the restaurant. I used to work at a small southeastern franchise restaurant. It wasn't anything that you could mistake for upscale, like it was that bad. We had someone call in and ask if we could fry the ring that he was planning to propose with in a hush puppy. Fry it. Bitch, just put it inside after it's done. Extremely weird request, but we said sure. They come in to eat with their family. She gets her order of hush puppies, doesn't choke on the ring, and seems excited enough. Stayed at the table for about 2 hours, chatted. They dined and dashed. Oh my God, they're made for each other. They're made for each other. A proposal dinner where y'all run off without paying. Oh my God. Bradley Moore says until they find out it's a deceptive setup. Why would they find that out? You just need to play your cards right. Don't leave together, you know? wait for a while, scoop his ass up around the corner, or her ass if you get your friends. Come on. IZM says, I befriended a homeless guy last year. I even went dumpster diving with him. It was good times. You know, I wish I had the balls to dumpster dive, but I don't, you know, because I'd want to find some place where, you know, they're throwing out like really cool shit, but where is that? You don't know. I'm supposed to find the schedules of this shit. Come on now. I've seen some pretty cool hauls. But to be honest, I can't even find like Goodwills or anything like that with anything interesting in them. I've been into antique shops and it's just like, oh, actually, I probably need to go back to an antique shop right now because I built this shelf behind me that I showed you guys the other night. And I need things to put inside that shelf. So that'll be fun. We'll find things to populate this shelf with, and then I'll get lights. I think I put the lights on the wish list. I hope those lights work out and they're not too obnoxious. I may need to get smaller lights. But those are cheap that I'm getting, so I'll just hide them strategically. Strategically hidden lights for the shelving units. Why would Stripe say befriend a homeless man after saying befriend clown? The Kyle Dan channel does not condone what could be the potentially dangerous acts of befriending clowns or homeless men. Didn't y'all see it? Come on. Come on. They seem friendly, but then your brother's missing. You know what I'm talking about? Did they find his body? I forget how that movie goes. Anyway, as we continue and end this list, we arrive at number 1. I saw a couple have a full-blown argument in the middle of the restaurant. The woman stood up, took her ring off, threw it at him, and walked out. The man continued his meal, had dessert, and then paid the bill, left a pretty big tip for the inconvenience, and left. Well, that's pretty cool. It's pretty fucked up. Art Scrub says, the worst breakup I had was after being in the hospital for 3 weeks. Ooh. She blocked me once I was released, so I figured I was ghosted. I moved on with my life, and 4 years later found out she told everyone I died. Wow. Oh my God. Oh my God. Your ex told everybody you died. Art Scrub goes on to say, I found out when I ran into friends at an IHOP late at night. Imagine 2 grown-ass men running up to me in tears asking if it was really me. Turns out she was cheating while I was sick, and it was easier to tell all our friends I just died rather than just break up with me. Well, you know, it's shit like this that makes people want to try to become the other gender. I'm sorry about what you guys have gone through. You know, it truly sucks. Sometimes I think about some of the things that I've gone through with the one, you know, evil redhead that I've known in my past. But I don't know. I'm sure I can look back and think to myself, you know, there were things that I could have done differently. Sometimes you think when you're with somebody and they're terrible, and they weren't just terrible overnight, there were things that, you know, they showed as far as like signs that, bitch, maybe you need to get out, and you stay, then kind of what comes next you can probably rationalize a little bit as your fault, you know, because it's not your fault, but you could have got out and you didn't. But with some of what people go through, my God, it's like, gee, you didn't do anything to deserve this. You didn't do shit. You just existed. Life dealt you a bad hand. And then the people in your life, instead of just being upfront, as tragic and rude and mean and unfair as some things may be, if people are just real, people are honest and upfront, man. Don't get behind people's backs. Don't sugarcoat and lie. The honesty is what we deserve. And when they can't be honest, it's a lack of respect. Because it's one thing when somebody is just lying. It's another thing when somebody is omitting something, like they're it's a lie of omission where they're leaving this crucial information out, and they know it would change a great many things. But it's another thing to actively like deceive and premeditate that deception. And this is the type of shit that you've probably dealt with like your siblings or your parents, most specifically your relatives, where they're colluding. They're like getting together and fucking, planning to keep you in the dark about shit and to deceive you. And if it comes up, tell him this, they're covering what they believe to be loose ends. It's holy crazy shit. But imagine when you get a partner, this person, these friends, these potential lovers that are supposed to be the separation from the aids that you've been dealing with in the way of your family. This person that you can confide in without judgment, without fear that they're going to flip this shit on you and then use it against you as a weapon, that they're going to just, reinvent history, I want you to think about that. There are people in your life right now where if you fucking died, the story of things that happened with you and who you were will completely change, because that's the type of sick motherfuckers they are. They would just rewrite history, rewrite your history. And maybe you're dead, and what does it matter? But those are people that are in your life while you're alive right now. And you need to be careful that some of these people ain't getting too close to you, because it may be difficult to discern with the masks that some of these people have worn for a very long time. So they're very skilled in making sure that you only see what they want you to see. What is that? Ninja said he looted 23 chests in Fortnite and found no shields. This season in Fortnite has been an abortion. It started off so amazing and so dope, but then it lasted too long because they decided to push it 2 months after Christmas. I want you to think about that. Like, Christmas happens, and then, a month passes you in January, the end of January. And now we're in the middle of February, and it's still going on, and it's not going to end till pretty much the end of February. They introduced this big ass map, and they took away everything that allowed you to get around it fast. That was what made Fortnite a little bit interesting, was that occasionally you'd have these ways to traverse great portions of the map. There was a launch pad, this thing that you could jump on and then use your little glider to kind of hang glide into a certain direction. That was taken out. They had these little hamster balls that you could like roll around in, and they also had like a little plunger grappling hook so you could plunge to things or grapple to things and then swing in the hamster ball and then ride with that. They took those out. They had shopping carts, which were not that fast, but you could push them and then kind of like jump on the shopping cart and go really fast down slopes. They took that out. They had this little ATV, like all-terrain vehicle that was similar to the Mongoose if you've played Halo. They took that out. My God, man. They had these impulse and shockwave grenades where you could throw them at the ground and then they would like bounce you in a direction. They took that out. All they have are boats right now. And the water isn't everywhere, but people literally jump in the boats and drive across land because it's a little bit faster. Pathetic. So naturally everybody put Fortnite down, man. It's been too long. I hope that they have something to bait us into going back in the next, what would they call it? Chapter 2, season 2. But for right now, boy, Animal Crossing is just dangling over my head, and Nintendo is not hitting us with a direct. I feel like such a consumer whore, actually caring and waiting. But I really want that information. Wait, the wheel on the truck goes bam, bam, bam. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. And you're on the highway. and you're on the highway. Dude, if this car fucks up, that wheel, oh my God. Look, if that car fucks up and you crash, you're not just endangering your life, but that wheel could go shooting into the death of somebody and potentially other people. Look at this dude out here risking his life. He trying to get a video of this too. Get his license plate, man. This shit's not okay. Fix your damn car. The wheel on the bus goes bam, bam, bam. Whoa. Okay. Hey. A lot of not safe for work posts. Don't help, just film. This is my jam. You know it is. Wait, no, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Oh, okay, it's up here. Can't get out. Oh. I think I've seen this. Let's go to Don't Help, Just Film. Good Lord, man. That's rude. Public freakout. Nice. Champ goes bananas after being... Oh, Chimp! What the fuck? Is this real? People on planes, boy. Yes. Fuck that kid. Like, that's your son. You're just like, get the hell out of here, you stupid idiot. God. Why would this kid be trying to take a selfie with this dude? Does he recognize him from the news? How small is your town that the kids watch the local news? Whoa, I'm shocked. 10K titties. I gotta see. Oh, wow. Oh no, I've seen this. Because that girl's like a porn star or something.
I got you. Tell the camera what he did. Tell the camera what he did.
I'm the shit. Ain't no bitch hotter than me. Ain't no bitch more paid than me. Fuck all you fucking bitches.
Therefore.
Fuck all you bitches. Ain't nobody got $10,000
Whoa.
like me. $10,000.
Why are you avoiding them? Oh my God. He panned up though. What the hell? This is some kill the cameraman shit right here. How you gonna pan up and avoid the titties? This is some kill the cameraman shit right here. Oh my God. There's a subreddit called Praise the Cameraman, guys. When, you know, the camera angles are just incredible. But, you know, when titties are on deck and you're avoiding the titties, that is the opposite. Oh my God. Get it together. Black girl tells whites to leave multicultural student center. Oh my God. Just dumb hoes. Dumb hoes. Gas station ruckus with a vacuum cleaner. Ooh! What in God's name? Oh, ladies. Damn, I didn't know that there was a civil war in Wakanda of the gas station. You know, look at him lining up like it's proper war. Oh, take this windshield wiper. Oh my God, why did you rip that off? What the fuck? Hey guys, Sean Watson's a hero, you know? I don't know how to express how kind and thankful I am for Sean Watson. You too can show your Korean pride by going to the wish list. And hey, let's face it, you're not going to need it in a month. The coronavirus is here, and I'd like to make it clear that it's coming for you. Duff beer for me. True Silverwolf says, I can never understand removing the fun features from a game. Well, when you're Epic Games, you're just crazy as fuck, huh? Somebody was like,
I'm gonna sabotage Fortnite from the inside.
bruh. Guy gets his car stuck in snow, cusses at his car and slams the door. Those are the best rides. Is this the one where the dude hits the old lady? Why would they call that an alpha male asserting dominance? Deleted scenes from Pirates of the Caribbean. What the hell is this? Look, it's sad because Johnny Depp, remember? And they took it away from him. They took it away from him. Man tries to pursue. Nope, that says man tries to steal purse, but gets hit by a train. You promise? Oh, he's okay. He's okay. What looks like a Nintendo shotgun? Why can't I see things properly? Just because he has orange on the gun. Oh, man, y'all playing around. I thought it would be gray and wait. This video literally has it all. If this is the one with that one lady, I'm gonna be mad. I'm not looking at it though. Old beetle car crossing a flooded street. Get to the I think it was. Kill the cameraman. Is it just gonna be shaky as hell? Oh my God. Jesus Christ. God damn it. Ugh. That's a hell of a wave pool, man. That's where you go if you're really trying to get injured. I would like to go there. But it's Mexico, I'm sure. That water's got to be the most dangerous part. Can you say that? Dia. Mexican water's dangerous. Never got to see the full thing. Oh yes, join the Discord if you guys want to stay notified of when the streams occur, when they take place. You know, why did I go to kill the cameraman? That's a bad watch. And Uh-huh. The power of Karen compels you. What the hell? Whoa, whoa, people, what the... What is happening? Woman throws around girl half her size for having dreads. Just for having the dreads? It couldn't be that simple, man. Oh, Lord. Guys, I do hope that today has been enlightening and full of rewarding experiences. That things have just been making sense in your day. And if not, then I hope that things are better tomorrow. And that, I don't know, you find the happiness and the peace that you're looking for. When is this crap? It's the 14th. So tell me in the Discord or message me and tell me what the hell I'm supposed to do for Valentine's Day that would make sense for a stream. I could find more, stories like this and just read them in one. And just read them in like one big video. Whew. Oh my God, what's wrong with me? Another shot of my mom bartending in 1972. Ew. How you like that, do ya? Oh boy. A dude photoshops pictures of his friends onto a green screen to make them look fake. Now that's work. That's pretty amazing. That's really fun. It's fun stuff. Guys, love ya. See who's in the Discord. I will properly be back with some Minecraft later. See if I can get Dia in on it. Love ya. See you soon. Have a wonderful night. Like the video for me and I'll catch you guys later. Bye. Bye.